My child, you ask why sleep does not come easily to you, while others drift into rest without effort. You wonder why, when the world grows quiet and the lights dim, your thoughts remain alert, your spirit awake, as though something within you refuses to settle. Listen to me. What you feel is not restlessness without cause. It is not weakness. It is not a flaw in your making. It is readiness. There is a pulse moving through you, a quiet vigilance placed there long ago, an awareness that does not shout but hums steadily beneath your breath. You sense that something vast approaches, not with noise or spectacle, but with the gravity of truth that cannot be ignored. This knowing is not a burden. It is a signal. It reveals what is arriving. Hear me closely now, my precious one. Your heart has always known things that your words could not yet hold. Your thoughts have wandered far beyond what you were taught to expect. You have longed for something unnamed, something you could feel but never fully define. And still I have known it clearly. You stand at the threshold of a new unfolding, a way that remained just beyond your sight until this very season. For a long time it stayed hidden, perhaps for many years, protected from view while you were being prepared to see it. The ground beneath your feet now feels firm, does it not? That firmness did not come by chance. It was strengthened by every step you took when the way was unclear, by every moment you chose to continue, when stopping would have been easier. Yet tonight, this night, you sense something different. A beginning. The path ahead, once blurred, is slowly becoming distinct. And so I ask you this, my beloved. What if this day is more than just another turning of hours? What if time itself has been holding its breath for you? What if every challenge that shaped you, every test that pressed upon your spirit, every quiet moment of the last 10 years, was never meant to harm you? What if your struggles came not to remain, but to mark the closing of one season and the opening of another? As my voice reaches you now, forces unseen stir in response. They have watched your journey. They have waited through your endurance. They are prepared to act. If your truest self recognizes these words, if something deep within you resonates as I speak, then do not pull back. Do not hesitate now. The part of you that is most real already understands. Do not look away. Do not allow uncertainty to dim what I am revealing to you. What I make clear now will illuminate every step you have taken. The delays, the stillness, the closed doors, the separations, the hopes that seemed to fade before they could bloom. Hold this moment. Let its meaning settle into you. Your long and demanding passage is nearing its end, and the truth that has been forming beneath the surface is about to be fully known. Remain close to me, my beloved. Have you ever wondered why some journeys seem smooth, while yours required great effort simply to find peace? Your path taught you what many never learn, that not all wounds can be seen. Some reside so deep within, that even those nearest to you do not recognize your quiet battles. Each day you rise with courage. You offer kindness. You extend help. You speak gently even when your heart is tired. But it is when the evening comes, when the noise fades, when no one is watching, when you no longer need to appear strong, that your true strength is revealed. And I want you to understand something now, a truth that will echo within your spirit long after these words settle. What you believe to be endless struggle, the weight of unspoken longing, the ache of being overlooked, was never meaningless suffering. It was shaping by design. You walked with integrity. You believed when belief required effort. You gave when giving hurt. You loved even when love asked something from you. You released burdens that felt far too heavy for your hands. And still life brought sharp turns. News that changed everything. Losses that cut deeply. Moments that redefined who you thought you were. Now hear this, my child, for it will change how you see every past hardship. I was not wounding you. I was protecting you. Every misstep led you away from paths that would have harmed you. Every door that closed stood as a shield. Every season of silence was not abandonment, but watchfulness, guarding you from trials you were not yet meant to face. You were being prepared. While others found quick rewards, you uncovered depth. While others chased what flashed briefly, you learned endurance. While others built outward displays, you cultivated an inner life that cannot be shaken. And so each trial was permitted. Illness, betrayal, loss, loneliness that felt endless, prayers that seemed unanswered, dreams that dimmed until you stopped expecting them to return. Yet something remained untouched. You stumbled. You questioned. You wept until there were no tears left. But your core stayed whole. Each morning you began again. Again and again you chose trust over fear, hope over despair, gentleness over bitterness. This was not momentary emotion. It was purpose pressing you forward. And now the way is becoming visible. But before you step fully into it, you must understand what has been marking your life all along. Some days pass unnoticed. Moments rise and fade. Even the day of your birth arrived quietly. But there are days I placed deliberately into the stream of time. Days chosen. Days set apart. This day is one of them. It is not an accident. It is a turning point. One chapter closes here, and another, crafted specifically for you, begins. So I ask you, my child, how many nights have you lain awake, certain I had forgotten you? How many mornings did you look ahead, and wonder when your moment would finally arrive? Hear me now. That moment is today. Understand this now, my beloved. There are movements taking place beyond what your eyes can yet perceive. Paths that remained closed for a long time are opening, not by chance, not by human arrangement, but because the season has finally arrived. What you have sought for years is no longer something you must pursue. It is moving toward you. This moment, this very point in time, is what I have been preparing since before you drew your first breath. Every barrier you encountered, every season of isolation, every long stretch of silence, guided you to this meeting. This is not a small adjustment. It is not a gentle improvement layered onto an old life. It is a deep turning. It is the unveiling of who you were always meant to be. Do you wonder why your suffering felt so precise? Why your struggles seemed to strike the most sensitive places within you? I saw every tear as it fell. None were unnoticed. None were wasted. This time belongs to you. What you have been reaching for is not distant. It is not withheld. It is here, unfolding now. Those steps you tried to take that were blocked. The connections that unraveled without explanation. The longings that faded before they could take form. Each carried a meaning that is now becoming clear. This is not fragile hope. It is firm resolve. Nothing I bring into being lacks purpose. This moment was chosen before time itself began. And now I will show you something rarely spoken aloud. There has been resistance against your becoming. This day unsettles the one who works against you. Every obstacle placed in your path was meant to exhaust you before now, to convince you to surrender just short of freedom. That deep sadness that settled over you without warning. The sudden pressures, the accusations, the misunderstandings. The tension that rose even in familiar relationships. These were not random. They were attempts to halt you at the threshold. Your adversary understands what you are only beginning to grasp. Beyond this point you will not be the same. Your discernment will sharpen. Your strength will deepen. You will no longer tolerate what diminishes you. When I open a way, I do more than change circumstances. I expand your capacity to receive. Everything you have lived through has carried you to this place. Now is the time of understanding. What you have been searching for has always lived within you. A quiet assurance. A steady light you guarded even when surrounded by darkness. This is your door. And now, every weight that slowed you, every wall that resisted you, every restraint that limited your reach, is beginning to fall away. What once confused you will reveal its meaning. What wounded you will show its purpose. If you recognize this truth, if your spirit confirms that this day is sacred, then speak it. Not quietly, not with hesitation. The question is not whether this will unfold. It is whether you will be ready to receive it. Hear me, my precious one. You have carried a heavy weight for a long time. The emptiness, the worry about provision, the reflection in the mirror marked by years of endurance, and dreams that seemed to slip away. You believed this was an ending, was a turning point. Listen carefully. Every tear shed from deep places within you, every companion who walked beside you, every foundation you built through perseverance, even the relationships that faded with time, none of it was without meaning. Do you remember the voice that spoke to you when something precious ended? It's over. Your best days are behind you. Do you remember the whisper that came when you poured yourself out and felt empty? You've missed your chance. Do you remember the lie that surfaced when you questioned your worth? The time has passed. These words did not come from truth. They were deceptions, and they touched every area. Your health, your finances, the documents that arrived unexpectedly, the news that shifted your direction, the loneliness that greeted you each morning. You did not miss the moment meant for you. You walked directly through it. Do you feel fragmented now? Worn thin? Unsure how to gather yourself? Watch how restoration begins. When you rest in my care, the distance you felt in your connections with others, I am about to replace it with belonging deeper than you have known in years. You had to release what was familiar, to receive what was true. A transformation has taken place within you, quiet but powerful. That sense of being set apart. It is not a mistake. It is preparation. I have been reducing the noise around you, so you could hear my direction clearly. The concern that you lacked what was required was never a final verdict. It was a passage toward abundance. Do you know why you are still standing? Not by chance. Not by endurance alone. You remain because your purpose is not complete. This time was chosen for you, before you were aware of yourself. Those who said you were too late, too damaged, too tired, will soon see their judgments dissolve. My choosing of you is not about proving anything to others. When I speak a name, reality responds. I know the pain of release you carry. So speak this with me now, even if it aches. I remain. Say it again more deeply. I remain. Your presence here confirms my design. Every breath reflects my life within you. Your sadness is not an ending. It is a pause before emergence. A beginning is drawing near. And what you are prepared for will reveal itself as the path ahead becomes clear. What if I told you that everything you believed about freedom was incomplete? The liberty you pleaded for in quiet hours, the release you wept for in the early light of morning. What if it was never something outside you waiting to arrive? What if it has always been who you are? Be still with me now, my beloved. Let your thoughts slow. Do not rush to understand. Let this truth descend gently into you. You have lived too long feeling separate, standing at the edge of your own becoming, waiting for recognition, permission, or rescue. But the way forward has always lived within you. Do you fear that your moment has passed? Do you believe your brightest days are behind you? Do you whisper that your light has grown dim? Listen carefully. This moment is deeply personal. When I look at you now, I do not see loss. I do not see delay. I see readiness. Every hardship that tried to diminish you, every departure that left you standing alone, every dream that fractured just as you reached for it, none of these came to destroy you. They came to make room. Room for clarity. Room for strength. Room for purpose that cannot be shaken. You are not simply moving through life. You are part of something unfolding far beyond you. There are lives connected to yours. Some you have already touched. Others yet to meet you, who will draw courage from your becoming. Right now, in the unseen movement of things, someone is waiting for you to step fully into yourself. You are set apart, not for isolation, but for illumination. Chosen, not conditionally, not hypothetically. Chosen now. Not because you improved, not because you proved anything, but because this is the moment. What tries to hold you back hides in doubt. It whispers through hesitation. It masks itself as reason. But hear me clearly. This turning is not only for you. It is for what will move through you. You have never been forgotten. Your most meaningful moments are still ahead. Every prayer spoken into silence. Every tear shed when no one knew. Every night you wondered if I truly heard. None of it disappeared. Do not murmur your truth now. Declare it. The season of merely surviving is ending. The time of embodying what lives within you begins. This day is not the conclusion. It is the threshold. And let me tell you something learned. From witnessing countless transformations, the moment just before a deep shift often feels like collapse. Your breath tightens. Your chest grows heavy. Your instincts urge you to retreat. But that trembling is not fear. It is recognition. Your truest self knows it has arrived, where it belongs. You have carried burdens not meant for you. Expectations, responsibilities, guilt, identities imposed by others. Sometimes I allow weariness to deepen, until striving finally gives way to trust. This is not failure. It is surrender. Now join me in something simple. Place your hand over your heart. Feel its rhythm. That is more than life. It is knowing. Today marks your transition. Not because you fought harder, but because you stopped forcing. The weight lifts when you release the need to overcome alone. So speak this with me. I release this burden. I step into the new way. Again. I release this burden. I step into the new way. Let this truth settle deeply. Your freedom does not arrive because you earned it. It arrives because you no longer believe you are undeserving. Your pain has taught you much, but it was never meant to be your dwelling. This moment marks your passage. The wounds may still ache, but their meaning has changed. They brought you here, to this stillness, this clarity, this sacred release. And now you no longer ask me to rewrite your journey. You trust me to complete it. As this truth anchors within you, you will understand why this day was chosen, why it is your turn. A deep transformation always carries weight. But I ask you this, are you ready to move beyond enduring and begin to flourish? As you step into this new path, the version of you that settled for less will remain behind. You woke today to a world that looked unchanged. Your surroundings remained familiar. Your body felt the same. But something within you shifted while you rested. A quiet reordering. A deep settling. You may not yet have language for it, but you feel it. This awakening is not ordinary. It marks the beginning of a new way of being. If your spirit confirms this, trust it. That unfamiliar calm replacing old unease is not confusion. It is alignment. Deep change does not always arrive with joy. Sometimes it feels like an ending, the former self loosening its grip. And endings can leave you momentarily unanchored. You have long asked for renewal. You asked for freedom from old patterns, for release from what bound you. When that change arrives, it remakes you from the inside. Old comforts no longer fit. Old peace feels hollow. Relationships may feel altered. You are not lost. You are emerging. You stood in a sacred place. Now you return to a world that has not yet caught up to you. It is natural for things to feel different. You carry light, not yet recognized. While you slept, something essential completed its work. Old ways were released. Inherited limitations were lifted. Generational burdens fell away. You awakened renewed, not in appearance, but in essence. And after deep inner change, there is a period of recalibration. Others may not notice. Even those closest to you may not understand. But what opposes you does. That is why old patterns resurface. Why familiar temptations whisper. Why echoes of the past return. Their hold has ended. You are not who you were. The unease you feel is not regression. It is advancement. You are being prepared for what comes next. And to move forward, you must see yourself clearly. The person you are becoming cannot be contained by past limitations. The shift has occurred. Now you learn to live from it. Pay close attention now, my beloved, for this is where many turn back. You woke with a sense of freshness, a quiet clarity, a subtle strength that had not been there before. Yet as the day unfolded, doubt returned. You questioned what you felt. You wondered if it was imagination, if the shift was real, or if it was only desire speaking. Everything around you looked the same. The world did not pause to acknowledge your awakening. And so the old voice crept back in, asking, if this is true, why does it still feel difficult? Hear me clearly. This questioning is not failure. It is evidence of movement. Every genuine step forward stirs resistance from what you leave behind. The old self does not release its hold quietly. It grows loud as distance increases. The doubts that surface today, the weariness, the heaviness that tried to settle again, these are signs that you are crossing a boundary. Those who never move forward do not encounter this resistance. But you have moved, and now the former patterns strain to pull you back. You may ask, if I have truly changed, why do I still feel this weight? Because freedom is learned as much as it is given. You stand at the edge of liberation, but the echoes of captivity still sound. The old routines, the familiar fears, the identity shaped by survival, they plead for your attention. I know this feels unsettling. The old limitations were predictable. They formed a structure you understood. But I did not clear your path for you to stand still. I cleared it so you would walk forward. This moment is not temporary. It is a crossing. You have moved from one state of being into another, and now you must learn to live here. The former version of you could not carry what lies ahead. Your old understanding could not grasp what I am revealing. Your past habits could not sustain your future calling. So resistance appears, not because you are wrong, but because you are right. If you persist, nothing from your past will follow you into what is new. Opposition does not signal uncertainty. It confirms alignment. So I ask you plainly, will you trust me through this transition? Or will you retreat into what once felt familiar? True freedom is not only moving forward. It is allowing the past to release you. If today you heard the whisper of doubt, you are not ready. This is too much. Go back. Answer it now. Proclaim what is true. Let what opposes you hear it clearly. Your resistance confirms your direction. And now hear this, my child, for it will reshape what you expect next. You asked for relief. You longed for rest. You imagined a place of ease beyond your struggle. But what if beyond the threshold is not comfort, but calling? Many believe my favor means an effortless life. They assume that when I open a way, difficult